Welcome back to the Sunday Sports Update. Stoney, I really didn't want to have to say same old lines down the stretch, but I'm going to have to this time.
No, I won't go that far. I mean, I think this is a different team, even though what happened today is kind of reminiscent of what we've seen in the past. And I know everybody wants to harp on one play or one call, that being the fake field goal. But there was much more to that game than the fake field goal. Now, you want to talk about the fake field goal? Fine. I understand what Schwartz was thinking. He's probably thinking, nobody will expect a fake field goal. That's number one. Worst comes to worst, we don't make it. There's no way in these field conditions is anybody going to drive 97, 95 yards, whatever, against our defense. So that's what he's probably thinking. But it was ridiculous because, now, of course, if it works, he's a genius.
Right,
but the reason it made no sense to me was because of those field conditions.
Right.
You had a guy, Sam Martin, who'd never even done it before at any level. And, Schwartz made the call, but Sam Martin could have called it off. It was his decision to go with it or not, and he went with it. And it didn't work. Look, you had two calls like that. Yesterday, Brady Hoke made a decision to go for it on a 4th and 2 that was kind of wacky. Didn't work. Mark D'Antonio, he did the fake punt, and that worked. We'll get to those guys later. But, when they work, you're a genius. When you're not, still, I think it was a bad call, bad call, because they would have gone up by 7 points, assuming Akers makes the field goal. That said, it's not why they lost the football game. They lost the football game various reasons, even early on. The first quarter, Matthew Stafford was really bad early. I mean, he overthrew a little dinky pass to Reggie Bush. That probably would have been a touchdown on a screen pass. He also overthrew Ogletree on a play. He was wide open. Calvin Johnson had a drop. Reggie Bush had a fumble. You had these things going on, and the secondary was bad today. I mean, for the most part, really bad. That's why they lost the football game, not because of a bad call by Jim Schwartz. Another call that I thought was, or sequence that I didn't like, was at the end of the first half. When the Lions got down there, I know they didn't have any timeouts left, but they were running the ball so well with Joique Bell. I would have taken a chance, run the ball on 1st and 1, and if they didn't get it, then spike the ball and you have your one play to get it, throw it, and then kick the field goal. But they kept trying to pass, and it didn't work. I would have run the ball at least one play because Joique Bell is running the ball real well.
But the Sam Martin situation and the fake field goal, certainly the turning point of the game, as you would agree.
Well, turning point, yeah, because their defense screwed up. If Pittsburgh goes, a couple of plays and punts or goes 3 and out from the 3-yard line, it's a missed opportunity for the Lions, yeah, but it probably wouldn't have been that bad. Here's something else. Calvin Johnson with that great first half, right?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, that was a heck of a first half.
How many catches did he have in the second half?
Yeah.
0.
Yeah.
He was only targeted. He was not targeted until the Lions got behind. And that is ridiculous. Ben Roethlisberger had a great game. No pass rush, really. I mean, the ends were the ends. The Lions did a really good job against the run. Really good job. But other than that, kind of disappointing. I still think they're going to win the division. Green Bay losing. I don't know when Rodgers is coming back. Chicago did win. Lions had the tiebreaker. Lions have 4 of their next 5 games at home. They should be okay.
Buccaneers march into Ford Field on Sunday, and who, by the way, beat Atlanta today.
Well, they're 2 in a row.
See what I mean?
Red-hot Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
So
now, if the Lions lose next week, then you could say same old Lions.
Okay, that's fair enough. College football, Stoney, Michigan State gets it done again, and now knocking on the door for the Big Ten championship.
They're in there. They're going to Indy. I know there's a way, but it's not happening. They are playing Ohio. They will play Ohio State for the Big Ten championship. And look, they're so good defensively. Even though they gave up some points yesterday, turnovers, some of them self-inflicted by Nebraska, but you just like the swagger and, like we mentioned, the fake punt. Everything seems to work. Connor Cook, when he had to, was really good. They ran the ball. They're really putting it together, and it's amazing. And talking to some State fans early in the season, they wanted to just throw the whole season away, and you got to give them tons of credit. Hopefully for them, they'll wrap it up at Northwestern on Saturday. And we know Northwestern is beatable because we saw what Michigan did yesterday. And,
speaking of which.
And look, they didn't look good. I mean, Michigan should thank Northwestern. I mean, I don't know if it was duty or service or commitment, which player of Northwestern. If you saw the game, you saw their nameplates, the service. But they dropped like 5 interceptions. It was unbelievable. And we mentioned the Hoke play. 4th and 2. Kick that field goal, tie the game. Right. What are you doing? But they showed that they were well coached, at least prepared for the way they got that field goal by Gibbons at the end of regulation. That was amazing.
No timeouts
allowed.
That was unbelievable.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
And I think we saw something else that was a good sign. Not that Northwestern has a great defensive front, but Michigan actually ran the ball a little bit with their freshmen. Green and Smith did a nice job. Toussaint didn't play. I don't know what's going to happen against Iowa, but at least you see that glimmer of hope from their freshman running back. So that was good. They got 7 wins. Hopefully for them to win at least one more at Iowa, because I don't think they're going to beat Ohio State.
Speaking of wins, it's been really tough to come by for the Red Wings. 6-game losing streak, Stoney. What's going on with this hockey club right now?
We want Gustav. Free Gustav Nyquist from Grand Rapids already. Seriously. Bring him back to the big club. I don't know if that's the reason they're losing. You know, they are losing all these games in overtime or shootouts, which is amazing that Datsyuk can't score on shootouts right now. But that's the reason. They're not playing well. They got to bring Nyquist up. Enough of Michael Samuelson. I don't want to see him anymore.
Really?
Yeah, he's bad.
Wings back out home Tuesday night against Nashville at the Joe. Now, baseball. We saw Miguel Cabrera pick up the hardware MVP, and Max Scherzer, Cy Young Award winner for the American League.
I think they were both. I wouldn't say no-brainer. Scherzer, they both, I think, were well-deserved. And, you know, people argue over certain things, but no, I think they deserved it. With Cabrera playing hurt like he did, especially in the month of August when he did great. He's got the stats. Scherzer wins. I know some people don't love the win stats, but he had all the other stats up there as well, so he deserved it, which leads to our Stonehead. And I believe Miguel Cabrera should have won the MVP. But obviously Mike Trout is second. The Stonehead goes to a guy by the name of Bill Ballou. Now, you don't know who Bill Ballou is. Most people out there don't know who Bill Ballou writes for the Worcester newspaper, suburban Boston. He's got a vote for the MVP. He voted Mike Trout 7th. Any human being that has watched any baseball that puts Mike Trout 7th on their ballot should have their Baseball Writers Association card revoked, because you, Mr. Ballou, are a Stonehead.
You heard it. Ladies and gentlemen, as usual, the one and only Stoney from 97.1 The Ticket. Catch him and Bill weekdays, 6 to 10 a.m. on The Ticket. Lots of phone calls once again tomorrow morning.
Yes,
you know it's going to all come in, Stoney.
Yep.
Stoney's Stonehead of the Week is brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding, the best mortgage banker. Call 1-800-LOW-RATE.